In this section, we will be factoring trinomials that have leading coefficients of 1. Again, multiplying is the opposite of factoring. This slide is broken into two halves. The first half has 4 products with the same sign, and the second half has opposite signs. Let's start with the problems where we have same signs. Now look over on the right-hand side, the result. The constant comes from multiplying the two constants in the binomials, and the middle coefficient comes from adding these same two numbers. This is a very important connection to make. Here we have same signs again. We multiply the two numbers in the binomial for the constant, and we add for the middle coefficient. With the opposite signs in the binomials, we multiply for the constant, and this constant is now negative. We then need to subtract, due to the opposite signs, for the middle coefficient. Look closely at the patterns of these 4 problems. Here's our strategy for factoring trinomials. We start by looking at the sign of the constant. If the constant is positive, we have same signs in the binomials. We then ask ourselves, what are the two numbers that multiply for the constant and add for the middle coefficient? To figure out which set of signs, both positives or both negatives, we look at the middle coefficient. If the constant is negative, we have opposite signs in the binomials. We then ask ourselves, what are the two numbers that multiply for the constant and subtract for the middle coefficient? To figure out where the signs need to be placed, the larger product will get the sign of that middle coefficient. We begin by factoring out the greatest common factor. We focus on the constant first. Since the constant is positive, the binomials will have the same signs, either two positives or two negatives. Since the middle coefficient is negative, these two same signs will be both negative. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply for 12 and add for 7. We check through the factorizations of 12, looking for the set that adds to 7. This will be 3 and 4. Again, begin by factoring out the greatest common factor. This time, our constant is negative. Therefore, we ask ourselves, what are the two numbers that multiply for 24 and also subtract for 3? The larger of the two factors will take on the negative sign that we see as the middle coefficient. 7 and 4, subtract for 3, these are our two numbers. Again, the larger of the two will take on the negative sign to result in a negative sum when we combine the inner and outer products when we FOIL to check. And FOIL to check, and hopefully this has been helpful. Thank you.